Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. Quick thing. This is not gonna be one of the we need to talk videos. I setting one of those up for y'all soon. This is gonna be a quick redo of a video. I gotta give some backstory. Last year I put up a video, talking about something that was inspirational to me, and at the end of the video, I put one of my friend's websites. She used to do printed t-shirts and coffee mugs and stuff. The one that I have that says, don't look at my cock or whatever, something like that. I don't know. And it has the giant chicken on it. Um I was helping her with her website because she was closing down shop. Mistakenly, I forgot to delete the link to the website off of the video. And now that the video goes nowhere, YouTube gave me a warning on that video because it doesn't go anywhere. So they must think that it must be a malicious site or something that I'm sending people to. So I deleted the video and I am re-uploading it here. So bear in mind the setting of this was last year during lockdown. I did not want to lose this video because I liked the message that the video had, and I hate to see the likes of on it go, and I hope that you guys can watch it and probably give it the same likes again. But if you haven't seen it before, you can see it now. If you've already seen it, please like it again. That would help a lot. And that's it. So check this out and enjoy. And thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done. See y'all soon.
Here we are again on another lockdown. The whole holiday weekend is shut. No one can make any money. And everyone's just making noise about a lot of things. And I get it. People are angry and upset. It's kind of the reason why I haven't been making any videos like that. I've just been burned out and I've been like broke, which is the cry for everyone here in the Bahamas, almost everybody, not those who in positions to be able to not be broke. I know some people are fortunate enough to be able to have had worked through COVID and are still working through COVID, and I have to commend everyone who's trying their best. I want to tell you guys a story, and the reason why I thought of this story is because it just fits. Now, mind you, I don't share this story with everyone. I haven't even told this story to my therapist. So if she's watching, and I know she will be, here goes. Years ago, before I was working as the balloon guy in Senior Frogs, that was a long time ago, I used to be a Segway tour guide. It was a fun thing, like riding Segways, and I even learned a thing about, some of the flora and fauna that's in the Bahamas, The way the tour went was we went on a specific course, and the Segways were all-terrain Segways, so you could, like, drive them over rough terrain. And, I've had, like, by this time, I had, like, we had different clients. We had people all from different parts of the world, but and you guys gotta forgive me, this is a very heavy story for me to tell because it I don't know how young people to say it gets me in my feelings. These particular people I got, this was the last tour for the day, I think it was, and it was this guy and his two sons. The boys were like anywhere from like 17 16 years old, and their dad, like, he wasn't like old, like, but he was an older fella, but he had just recovered from a stroke, and you could see that because he couldn't like grip the handlebars like too good, like he could hold it, but he wasn't like, and his speech was a little bit impaired. I could have understood him, and I was patient with him. He was a cool guy, and he was like really adamant to do the Segway tour because he's like, I always wanted to try these things, and at the beginning of the tour, whenever we do the tour, we always like give everyone the the runaround on how the Segways work. We tell them how to stop, how to go faster, how to slow down, how to do a sudden stop. We run through all that at the very beginning of the tour, and then we have you like roll around to get a feel for the Segway. And he did pretty good on the introductory like part. So I was like, all right. So we had two routes we could have taken. We had a safe route, and we had the more adventurous route. We had like more rocks and stuff. They asked to go on the safe route, on the adventurous route. I was, by default, I was gonna take him on the safe route, but I told him, I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. And he like was, if you saw the look on his face, he was like really adamant to go on the adventurous route. Like he wanted to see everything. So I was like, all right, well, if you're sure, then because I knew some shortcuts to take to make sure that it wasn't that perilous, and we went on the adventurous route. And like on the way to the tour, like during the tour, we made our first stop to one of the trees. They started talking about the tree, and we head out to continue the tour, and halfway on that way, he like falls off of the Segway, like completely, because like he was trying to keep up with everyone, but he falls right off, like off. So I stop, park the Segway. His sons get off the Segway. He's like, Dad, you alright? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I check him to make sure if anything on him is broken or anything happened to him. He looked fine. I dusted him off. I was like, yeah, we can like continue the tour like on the safe route because we can get there from here. And he's like, no, let's go. I'm liking this. I'm like, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, you liking this? I'm like, okay. I was really adamant about going on the safe route, but he really, really wanted to go on the adventurous route. He was not taking no for an answer. I helped him get back up on the Segway, helped him grip it because you had to help him with it. And we was off, and we made it to our next stop. And we got on the next stop, and when we was getting ready to pull out to go to the stop after that, he falls off again. Like he couldn't turn fast enough, and he just fell right off. And this time, like he cut himself on his knee. And I had the first aid pack in the kit that I was carrying with me because I'm the tour guide. So I put some alcohol and some peroxide on it, made sure he was straight. And I put it on there. I was like, okay, I think we need to go on the safe route because again, there is a way to get there from here, and it's just a straightforward route. And he was like really, really hesitant, and he was like, no, I want to go. I want to spend. Come on, like let's go, let's finish. Like you say, we're almost halfway finished. Let's go. And I was like, I don't think this is right. Like you just fell off the Segway twice. Like I don't want to be responsible for what happens to you. Like and he just didn't care. He got back up on the Segway by himself, and he's like, hey, let's go. Put back on his helmet. I dust him off again, and this time I riding right in front of him to make sure that he's straight. I was riding next side by side to him, and his boys almost like, Dad, you sure you okay? He's like, yeah, well, I'm okay. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. So we went like he had no mishaps on the way to the beach because there's a beach rest stop. And when we get to the beach, like he comes off the Segway, we sit down and we talk, and he tells me about how he suffered the stroke, and how he was lucky enough to survive it. It was good talking to him about it. So the rest stop is like the halfway point of the tour. So we go in and we just go into the we just go into like the end of the tour now. It ain't that much. It was only like one more stop to make, but it was a ways out, because it was just a solid ride out that way. And when we reached to the stop, sure enough, this dude falls down again off the, and he fell hard, okay? He fell hard off of the fucking Segway, okay? Like toppled over the front of the fucking thing, all right? And I'm like, this man is going to cause me my job. I was scared because that was like a big fall, okay? And I pick him up and I'm like, okay, listen, I could call for the van and they could come pick up your Segway and you, and I could just take the boys on the rest of the tour. And he was not having it. I wish this was a joke. He was not having it. Like, he just wouldn't do it. He was like, hey, let's go. We're almost finished. Come on, let's go. So I was like, you know what, cool. I bandaged him up again because he cut himself on the wrist that time. I remember that one specifically because I had to pour the peroxide on him, and because he got on a white shirt, and I didn't want to get the blood stains on the white shirt, so I had to pour it so it could drain down, and I wipe him off with some cotton, and we gone, and he was fine all the way through the end of the tour. We took off the helmets, took off the protective gear, we put the Segways up, and we was waiting on the ride to come and take them back to the cruise ship, because the van comes and brings the tourists to where the site is, and then we take them. And they was waiting on the van. But before they got there, his two sons were just sitting there talking amongst themselves, and amongst all the stuff that they saw that I showed them on the tour. And he came up to me and he said, and he was like, and I will never forget. I'll never forget what he said. He said, thank you so much for not seeing me as just some broken person. I really wanted to do this with my boys, and I'm glad I had the best time of my life. And then he tipped me $200. And it was like, fuck, man. See, I told y'all, this is get me every time. Yeah, it was good for him to actually walk up to me and tell me that, and I appreciated it all the more. Like, I didn't care about the $200. I just felt good that I actually made him feel that he had the best time of his life. It wasn't anything to do on behalf of me showing him how to ride a Segway or whatever. It's just that I didn't look at him like someone who was just, beat down or was like an invalid or couldn't do the Segway, And I could see it in his face, like he really wanted to do this with his sons and whatever. But the thing that always will ring true in me was like how he just kept on getting back on that fucking Segway. Like, he fell down, cut himself, and he just got up and got right back on that fucking Segway. That shit just blew my mind. And I was like, why is this dude doing this shit, maybe? Like, why is he? And like, when it clicked, I got it, I was like, wow. When he left, when the van took him, like, I went, like, I made like I had to go pee in the woods, and I wept. I cried like a baby, because that was so, I'm telling you, it still get me sometimes. I can't even lie. That's why I hardly even share the story with people. And now that I think about it, I equate what happened to him to what's happening to us. It's like, when are we gonna get to the point where we can just get back up on the fucking Segway and try to have the best time of our lives? You know what I'm saying? I don't know when that point is for everybody else. Like, everybody just goes on Facebook or Instagram and just complains about stuff. Like, no one actually does what they need to do to get themselves back up on that Segway so they can have the best time of their life. And I don't know what it has to take. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that COVID is a serious thing. I wouldn't want that, and I wouldn't wish COVID on my worst enemy. But having all these things given us for 2 weeks and then taken away and then given, it's like, and especially like even the whole thing with the park on at the Dundas, where I used to go and do balloons. I was doing balloons every Saturday there, and then they took that away. And then so I heard earlier today that they reneged on it, and it's like, okay, well, y'all could go back on Tuesday then. And then I see in the video about this guy who got shut down, his business shut down. He was right on Farrington Road. He used to be there for years, and now they're telling him he can't do anything. It's like, people can't do nothing. It's like, we're trying to like do what we can, and everything's being taken away from us. And all everyone's doing is complaining on Facebook. When's enough gonna be enough, babe? Like, when is it gonna get to the point where we're gonna want to get up? Because I know we as Bahamian people are strong enough to be like that guy, man. Like, we're strong enough to just get up, dust ourselves off, put a bandage over our cuts, and get on the Segway and just have the best time of our life. But I think the problem is we have a malfunction Segway. And by that I mean the government, because they keep imposing these things and then reneging on them after they realize that they made a mistake without thinking it through first. They just blurt these things out, and it is what it is right now. I just needed to get this out. Plus, I haven't made a video in a long time, and like I said earlier, it's because I'm just burned out. I've been getting the little bit of money I could get from NIB, and thank God I have a landlady who's like generous enough to like let me stay here, because she understands the situation that I'm in. She trusts me, and I will always thank her for that. I wanted to learn how to play a guitar after seeing the Japanese guy Machida play from Wagaki Band, and my friend P. Dillon, I shouting you out if you're watching. He blessed me with a guitar. Where is it? This right there. Right there. Now I have something to do during this lockdown. My therapist has been awesome. She keeps checking up on me. I have friends in America, some of my balloon artist friends and my magician friends, they keep checking up on me. Some of them have sent me stuff, and I thank them. They know who they are. I can't say thank you enough to everyone who's helped me, who's wanted to help me. I appreciate you guys for it. We're on another lockdown, and there's nothing we can do about it, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to get back on my Segway, because I know these lockdowns and like this continuous stream of like being broke and not having any money is causing people to like lose their fucking heads. But I think we're gonna be okay. I know I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna do everything within my power to make sure that I'm good. What about you guys? I just want everybody to be okay. Find something to do. I found a guitar. I'm gonna start learning how to play that. I still have video games. I got a PC. I don't know. I got a gaming PC recently. You know, I've been doing a whole lot of stuff on my new PC. I've been video editing and stuff. So I just haven't been putting out stuff. But when I get to the point of wanting to put stuff out, y'all will see it. So as for right now, I'm just gonna say, see you when I see you. And again, whatever y'all gotta do to get back up on that Segway, just do that. Just make sure you straight. That's all I will stress. Just make sure that you good. So take it easy.